Glitchtrap was first introduced in and serves as the main antagonist of FNAF Vr Help Wanted, but instantly became a fan favorite, with multiple theories, fan arts, and some pretty scarring ships revolving around the character. There's plenty of videos that we can make about the sentient code that makes up this character, but today we're looking at some theories we have about him. That's right, Willy A, I'm talking about you. That's what we're exploring today. Greetings gamers and welcome back to Top 10 Gaming. I'm Connor Monroe and this is the Top 10 Scary FNAF Glitchtrap Theories. Let's do it. And at 10, Reluctant Tape Girl. The concept of Glitchtrap invading minds has been around since before the announcement of Security Breach, and more so the idea that Tape Girl was one of his first victims of this Glitchtrap brain virus. Jeremy would have been the first one, however he cut his own face off using a guillotine paper cutter in an attempt to get Glitchtrap out of his head, so Tape Girl I guess would be the first surviving victim, as long as she's still alive. Not only that, but could Tape Girl have been infected and really be Vanny? It's a question that we've all had on our minds, and honestly we don't know if it's the case. It would be nice since it would add this sense of connection to the new killer since we worked with them in Help Wanted, but it's unlikely just based on the voice actor, since Vanny and Tape Girl from my understanding are voiced by two different people. And while this isn't exactly a deal breaker, it's definitely something we should take into consideration. On the contrary, we could say that the new voice actor is because it's Glitchtrap talking through Vanny, as evidenced by her at some points glitching while speaking, as we hear in the Security Breach trailer. And at 9, Glitching Grave. The FNAF Vr DLC, The Curse of Dreadbear, is honestly my favorite game ever. The corn maze minigame is both horrifying but awesome, and while I hardly ever lose that game mode, it's fairly common to see the game over screen after the corn maze and many other games like the hallway. However, on this screen, while Dreadbear reaches his hand towards you and Foxy attempts to intimidate you with his hook, you can see a few graves on a small hill. By boundary breaking, we can actually go and see these graves, and if you do, you'll notice something a little odd. A total of 8 graves stand in a circle with one in the middle. Well, like total as in like in total with the one in the middle it's 8 graves. 6 of the outer graves obviously represent the original 6 victims, the missing children who go on to inhabit the original 5 animatronics, Susie, Jeremy, Gabriel, Fritz, and Cassidy, as well as the puppet, Charlotte. Yet the final grave may remain a mystery, but with some educated guessing we can assume that this additional 7th grave is Jeremy that Glitchtrap took by driving him to chop off his face. The greatest clue, however, is the grave in the middle that is purple and black and glitching. This is obviously representing William, who is actually dead after the events of the man in room 1280, and the final nail in the coffin is the bunny ear texture running across this grave, because, you know, he dresses like a bunny. Hashtag William Afton is a furry. It's a thing. It's canon now. And it ain't meant to lose. Were we meant to lose FNAF Vr? Was it rigged against us from the beginning? Is the only way to truly win to not play at all, or by removing the headset before it's too late? Well, based on some Reddit theorists, yes indeed. The main game of FNAF Vr is actually kind of hidden, and our main objective is to collect 16 tapes that slowly give us more and more info about what's truly going on behind the scenes. But no matter what tapes we find in what mini-games, they always unlock in the same order, 1 to 16, always. No skipping, no finding 16 first, and that's intentional in the game we play since tape 15 tells us not to find all 16, and if we found that one first, then why would we continue? So the game itself sets us up to be kinda screwed. But did it prevent us from winning? Since even if you follow Tape Girl's instructions on tape 16, you end up locked in a room, presumably in your own mind, while Glitchtrap takes over, and if we don't do the ritual properly, we get merged with him anyway. So if anything, we actually are in more control if we don't follow her instructions. But does that mean we win, or were we always meant to lose? And at 7, Bunny Call. The Fazbear Frights book Bunny Call has some shocking implications for the FNAF series, and it relates most to FNAF Vr's story when talking about the games. Since in The Man in Room 1280, William requests to be taken to a Fazbear Entertainment storehouse, where he promptly explodes. This would be weird on its own, but then the man who brought him there notices bloody footprints leading towards a shelf. On that shelf is presumably circuit boards, which end up being the same circuit boards scanned to help make the AI in Help Wanted. But this also introduces a virus, an entity that was never supposed to be in the game. That entity, as we learn, is Glitchtrap. But how did this work out so well? How did William's agony or soul end up becoming sentient code in a video game? Even if you possess a hard drive, that doesn't mean you end up becoming the files on that hard drive, right? I guess we don't really know how possession works in the FNAF universe, so it's impossible to say, but how did William's circuit board end up being scanned? Or was this the plan from the beginning? And at 6, Fursuit. Glitchtrap is very clearly a callback to William using the spring bodysuit, but but why is he not using that same suit, or at least a more mechanical one, in the game? It's simple. Do you remember what happened to him? He got spring locked. It would have killed him if not for a mischievous little spirit who refused to let go. So why, if he could choose his own form, would he manifest in the suit that caused him agonizing pain for over 30 years? Exactly. The question here is, was this William's first Bonnie suit? It has the stitch marks that a normal fabric suit would have, especially from back then, and it clearly has a Chuck E. Cheese employee that's inside kind of vibe. So it definitely could be, but we know thanks to fast facts and later information that some of the first animatronics that William ever made were the Funtime robots that we see in Sister Location. And these animatronics weren't even used until Circus Babies was open after Freddy's announced that it would be closing. So that would mean that the Spring Bonnie suit was in full working condition either before those or shortly after. And if this wasn't the first suit, why would he choose to look like this and stand out in a game that is all about looking back at the past? Halfway through in at number 5, Agony Boom. Like I suggested in number 7, I believe that this entire thing was planned. Maybe not from the beginning, but at least from when William discovered how remnant, or I guess possession, works. Because how does a man who has been possessed by a kid for years, who was living off of life support somehow, who survived multiple fires and a spring locking, end up randomly exploding when within proximity to something that he needed to continue, I guess, at least in a way, living? Since technically, according to the dictionary definition of alive, William is not alive. But the thing that bothered me about this is that he exploded. Like, how did he just randomly explode? Just spontaneous combustion? Sure, I can get that. You catch on fire, whatever. But spontaneous combustion? No, I don't think it was random. I think that he planned it. That he had a bomb planted inside of him before he was even spring locked. Too many things worked out for him in this sense. Like, why would scanning circuit boards help improve or even make AI for animatronics in a video game? That doesn't make sense. How is it that they scanned the exact board that William had attached himself to? And like, how did any of this work out for him? Because he had planned it out. He put a bomb inside him so that when he could finally die, he would die in agony, allowing his spirit to grab hold of something. He asked to be brought to that warehouse since he knew he had already set in motion the events that would lead to his next incarnation. He planned it all from the beginning. Plus, it explains how he just, randomly exploded. Because that's still a thing. In it for the cult. While we were fairly certain that William has a hold on Tape Girl, we know he has a hold on Vanny. But is there anyone else that William is controlling? Map had suggested it even before Security Breach was announced, since the FNAF Vr DLC was released in fact. The idea that Glitchtrap is controlling multiple individuals at once. Of course, this would be proven if Tape Girl and Vanessa are two different people, but since we have no frame of reference as to what Tape Girl looks like, we can't be certain. We know how he got a hold of her, but is she still alive, or did William get rid of that loose end and grab onto someone else? Did we play as Vanny? Like, was Vanny the game tester that we were playing as in Help Wanted that gets gotten by Glitchtrap at the end of the game? We don't know. So far we know that he controls one individual, but he was still appearing in Help Wanted. However, when we beat the game and merge with him and get locked in our own mind, the actual Glitchtrap that we see standing behind us in the main lobby goes away, and we're left with a plushie. So maybe he isn't powerful enough to manifest in multiple places, and when he's controlling someone he isn't anywhere else. It's an interesting concept, but what do you think? Is Glitchtrap able to control multiple people at once, or just one at a time? Let me know down below. I think based on the plushie, I think that he can only control one person. Getting close to the end, and at number 3, Princess Quest. Princess Quest is a mini-game present on the mobile ports of FNAF Vr. They added this mini-game as a way to make up for Glitchtrap's absence due to size constraints, cause, FNAF Vr was never meant to be on a phone. However, this game features quite a similar theme to the main version that multiple people pointed out. You play as a girl running through a castle lighting braziers, 16 of them to be exact, and when you light the 16th, a horrific abomination appears. This has been discovered to be Glitchtrap still present in the game, since audio from that moment when you speed it up and reverse it says, "I always come back, let me out." And text that is read in code says that signature line of "I always come back." However, I think this can reveal more to us than we thought. You see, we've been questioning if we played as Vanny in FNAF VR or if Tape Girl was Vanny, and I think that this game, that Princess Quest, actually tells us. If this game is meant to represent the whole of Help Wanted, with the 16 braziers representing the 16 tapes and Glitchtrap appearing after you find the 16th, or I guess light the 16th, our character in Princess Quest is in fact female. It's Princess Quest after all. So by proxy, our character in FNAF VR would also be female. So does that settle it? Are we actually Vanny? Probably. Penultimately, in at number 2, intended. Tape Girl tells us that Glitchtrap isn't an intentional part of the game, but to me that's a load of BS. Glitchtrap is an odd character, an accidental addition to FNAF VR that somehow ends up interacting with the environment and altering aspects of the game. Like, what? I've always questioned why Glitchtrap is able to move around the curtain and even seemingly put us in the Freddy suit at the end of the game. Like, sure, he's technically a spirit, but he's still game code and would have to obey the laws of such. Right? So how is he able to move things like the curtain? Like when we're in the pizza party minigame in the final room, he pulls the curtain aside and then gestures for us to come in. How does he do that? When I literally can't move anything unless it's supposed to be interactable. I can't move that curtain. Simple. He wasn't an accident. If he was a glitch, unintentional, how would this ending make sense? Who would have put us in the Freddy suit? We wouldn't crawl in there ourselves after all. Was there another character there? Did Glitchtrap replace them? No, he didn't. He was actually meant to be there, since you can see this ending without collecting all 16 tapes. And if you don't collect all 16 tapes, he wouldn't be reassembled yet. He wouldn't be able to interact with you. Glitchtrap was an intentional feature of this game, which makes me think, who else does William have under his palm? Yes, I said palm. Was it intentional? No. Did I say it? Am I sticking by it? Yes. Finally, in at number 1, Resurrection. We don't know much about the upcoming FNAF game Security Breach. So far, we know that there are at least 5 animatronics and a whole pizzaplex for us to explore, and the game will have a day and night cycle. But then Afton will somehow be involved thanks to, you know, Vanny, another goddamn rabbit killer. However, we also think that Afton is going to come back yet again, since in the gameplay trailer released for the game by PlayStation, at the very end we see a seemingly metallic arm reach out from behind some boxes. Some believe that this is the Stitch Wraith, others believe that this is William. I think it's William, since we can see the reflection of purple light coming off the arm. And at this point, I can't even wear a purple shirt without you guys calling me the purple guy. So if there's purple light anywhere in anything FNAF, it's gonna be William, alright? Also, one Twitter user going by the name @officialz3royt mentioned me, @centimeter_Monroe, and showed me that the hand that comes out covered in purple light looks an awful lot like Nightmare Freddy's arm. Which, if this is the case, opens up a whole new can of worms that I don't want to have to deal with. Because if that is the case, Nightmare animatronics never had a physical form. So if he does come out with the freaking Nightmare animatronic endoskeleton, I'm gonna be mad. Okay, that's all. I'm gonna be pissed. This combined with the fact that he appears to be trying to escape in this game indicates that he will definitely be successful. I mean, you can't have a new killer for too long. We're gonna miss William. I mean, I'm not. I'm certainly not, but hey, that's what happens. If William comes back again, I swear to God, can we just kill William, please? Can he just like be dead? That's all I want. There we have it, friends, the top 10 scary FNAF Glitchtrap theories. Which theories do you believe, if any, and do you have any of your own? Be sure you let me know down below. Thank you all so much for watching. I have been in Showerman Connor Monroe, and I'll see you in another video.